One of the things that's been so helpful for me to understand is that our spiritual growth is like a spiral movement. So it's like a spiral movement. We're spiraling up in a sense. It's just a really great way to think about it. So if you think of the progression, if you will, of the unfoldment of your awakening awareness, you're letting go of everything that's not true and remembering what is true. And the movement is like a spiral. So we're spiraling up, awakening in our consciousness. Now, the image most people have of a spiral is one that's this perfect spiral going up like that. However, in my experience, the spiral is like this, which is a different kind of a spiral. So in other words, we can be at the top of the spiral, right? The top of the spiral, and we feel, oh my gosh, we've had such a breakthrough in our awareness, such a breakthrough in our understanding. So we spiral up like that. But then what happens, as soon as we hit the top of the spiral, we go back down. Now it's still an upward movement. So it's like we're going down to go up. One way to think about it too is like you're jumping on a trampoline. So you go down, you jump up, and you keep moving higher and higher. So when it feels like there's the downward swing of the spiral, the thing to remember is that that's part of the healing. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a natural part of the progression. It's a natural part. So when we feel like there's that sense of regression or a sense of where we've lost something, we're slipping backwards, oh, why do I feel so sad now? Why do I feel depressed and down and anxious now? I was feeling so good just a minute ago. The way I think of it is that downward spiral motion, that part of the spiral, is like a clearing out. It's like we're taking all that is no longer needed and we're clearing it out. We're setting ourselves free and coming back up again. So I think having these visual images is really helpful for me. I really like it. It's like the image that I've given in one of my other videos, that the path of mastery, it looks like a staircase. So a staircase, right? It seems like when we jump up that we have this great aha, this great insight, and that's where the healing is taking place. That's where the awakening is happening. In my experience, it's on the flat part of the step that the true awakening happens. Because if we have an aha and we leap upwards in our consciousness, in our awakening, in our understanding, there's a sense of upward movement, it does not mean anything unless we incorporate it into our life. And that's what we do on the flat part of the step. So the flat part of the step appears to be a plateau, as though nothing's going on. But if we're incorporating all that we learned in that upward motion, the aha, the insight, if we're incorporating it into our life and embodying it, then we're making it our own. And that is a step that many spiritual seekers miss, because they're after that constant sense of aha, aha, aha. And they think that that is the awakening. It's really not. It's when we incorporate what we have aha'd about into our daily life, into our daily practices. So I encourage you to recognize these motions, the spiraling motion and the steps of mastery in your own life, in your own progression. And one of the things that will help you do that, if you have A Course in Miracles and you have the teacher's manual, which, by the way, you can find online. So if you don't have the book, you can still find it online. In the teacher's manual, the section on trust is very, very helpful. And it's in the what are the characteristics of God's teachers? Chapter 4, that first one is trust. That is the first characteristic of God's teachers. And so read that section over and over and over again. It will assist you in working through the most difficult parts of this journey. Because remember, keep at it and you will reach that tipping point. It may take you months, it took me years. So however long it takes you is however long it takes you. Time is not the issue, it's the awakening that's the issue. And we're doing it together, which is wonderful. So thank you for being my prayer partner. Thank you for finding freedom. Thank you for your commitment to love on this journey, spiraling upward. We're doing it together, and I love it. Thank you so much.